Okay. Phones. Mic check. Yep. Now we're good. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. There you go. Yes, awesome. Good. Welcome, guys. 1 second, real quick, cause maybe I adjust my lamp. So I'm looking a little dark. I mean, not that I don't mind being dark. It's looking a little extra dark. Oh, okay. Boom, baby. That's even worse. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey, this is what happens when you're in a live show. You gotta make adjustments and stuff. Hopefully, it doesn't make things way worse. Like I'm seeming to be making it right now. So let's see. We got this. No big deal, guys. Nope. Nah, that's even worse. Yeah, but now I look like I'm in. Now I look like I'm in a this investigative. Hello, reporting live in this investigation domination. Guys. Anyways, we'll fix it later. How you doing, everybody? Hit that like button. You can see it over here. Hit that like button, guys. Welcome to the AFC show. I'm your host, Miss Phins. We're gonna talk Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Patriots, the works, guys. Oh my gosh, so many things have been going on in our divisions. I'm almost nervous at times to even talk about it because it just, as a Dolphin fan and a proud member of the division, oh man, it's too much. It gets to be a little too much sometimes. It really does. Especially when you're dealing with wanting to go ahead and get better every year and be competitive, all that stuff. And yet your team seems to not want to do that. It's really frustrating, guys. It really is. Like, I mean, I don't know what. There's no other way of saying it except it's super frustrating. That's all I can say. It really is frustrating. So, but it's okay. We power through. We do our jobs, and we're here for it. So let me shout out everybody in the building. What's Dolphins to the mind in the building? Good morning, Miss Fans. Good morning, Bones in the building. Yeah, thank you guys. I know. Loki over there at X. Thank you so much, Loki. Appreciate it. Delusional in the building. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, sounds good. Aquavision in the building. Skylar a Steeler. I know. I saw that. Man, I got mixed emotions about that one. As you guys know, I actually like Skylar Thompson. But maybe now, kind of like Gesicki gets to go to a real quarterback and a real head coach. Um, or really thank you, buddy. A real head coach that's gonna be able to utilize his skill set and adjust it to him. Adam S in the building. Welcome another one of our members. Good morning, Joe Rist, another one of our members. Good morning, everyone. Finally healthy. Dude, you and me both. I'm so much better than I was last week. Last week, what it was rough. I'm not gonna lie. It was rough, but thankfully, we are good. We're better now. So happy about that. We are for show. Pretty uniforms and cute names to keep people happy. Yeah, honestly. Skylar mid. Skylar is not mid, okay? He was not mid. He was three crucial drop balls by Waddle, two by Tyreek, won by Gesicki, and 4 minutes of the worst ending by head coach not paying attention and puffing the Magic Dragon away from beating the Buffalo Bills as a seventh round rookie. Okay? But in case you haven't heard, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Skylar Thompson has been traded to the Steelers or been picked up by the Steelers. But we're gonna go through each one, each team in the building. Obviously, you gotta discuss the Bills. We're gonna go over their game versus the Broncos. We're not gonna fully look ahead to the divisional games. I mean, I'm gonna mention them obviously, give you like 2 cents. On Friday, we're gonna do the game preview of the game, the full game preview with like I do and break everything down in detail. I'm gonna do that on Friday, but today I do want to at least mention it, so we'll discuss that too. But for now, we're just gonna do the highlights and gonna talk about um the game versus the Broncos for the Bills, and obviously the hiring coaches between the Jets and the Patriots, all that good stuff. So, guys, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, guys. The offensive mind says, I don't know if it would be a possibility, but I would love to pick up Tanner McKee in the offseason. He's 6'6", with a huge arm, and when he got his chance to play, he looked really good. I'm not sure, Dolphin said of mine. We're gonna have to take a look. I don't even know what team he plays for. Hey, Dad Dean is back. I'm back. Sorry, life happened. Listen to me, man. Welcome back, Dad Dean. Life happened over here too. I was literally pretty much out the entire week, so I totally get it. But we're glad you're back. Shout out to you and your family. God bless them all, man. Thank you so much for coming through. JD the Gray in the building. Welcome. Good morning, Miss Phins. Good morning. Steve in the building. Good morning. Good morning. I see you, Timothy. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this puppy started. Um, okay, I think I'm gonna start out with kind of the easiest one to talk about, to be honest with you. Let's talk about the Patriots and the Patriots updates. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest updates for the Patriots is super simple. They have officially hired the head coach that they wanted to get, which was what's his name? Was anybody shocked that that happened? I don't think so. I mean, personally, I wasn't shocked. The minute this man was released by Tennessee, which I thought was one of the dumbest moves they could have done. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. The minute he was released, I'm like, I have a feeling he's gonna go somewhere where it's gonna hurt us the most. And man, Brable, I'm telling you right now, I don't I don't like the fact that he's actually back with the Patriots. And let me explain why as a Dolphin fan and football in general. Number one, because nobody, literally nobody wants the Patriots to be bad. I mean to be good, except Patriots fans. Why? Because endured 20 plus years of them literally dominating the entire league. Now we got to deal with the Chiefs and their ridiculousness and what they're doing. So for me, yeah, no, not at all, not even a little bit. And for anybody else, yeah, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. There's no other way of putting that. No way of no other way of putting that. Trying to put it. Let me see if I can find real quick, just so I can. Variable. Uh, yeah, it's just frustrating. And then this is the other problem that we have in the division too. Even without being in the division, every time the Dolphins have faced Mike Brable in any game, we lose, guys. We have yet to beat the Titans in the last 5 years, minimum. In the last 5 years, we have yet to beat the Titans. That's a real problem, guys. What's up, Michael K? Welcome. Good morning. Appreciate you. Seriously, it is really annoying. Really annoying, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, we got to deal with this man literally being the head coach of the one team that has ruined your childhood. And you're almost like, why? Why do I have to deal with this man? It's so frustrating. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, he's back with them. Obviously, a lot of people are speculating that he might bring some of the other former coaches, positional coaches that were with the Patriots when he was a player. He might bring those too. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. Um, it's a good question, Timothy. I'm gonna answer that when I get to the Dolphins. But yes, Mike Brable. That's honestly the biggest news. Now, there were some people complaining, and I don't know if you guys heard, but I'm sure you have. Did the Patriots just slap the face of the Rooney Rule by making this higher in the way that they did? Because I know you posting, and I'm looking forward to see. But last time I checked, the Patriots never, or I mean, they interviewed guys, but I mean, to me, most people have what do you call it? Patriots. People were like, okay, did they just interview everybody else just because to check off a box for the Rooney Rule? Um, It is the Rooney Rule, and right now, actually, kind of funny. I'm trying to go ahead and see. Yeah, open this one too. I guess we can open so people can see. This is Mike Brable to you guys. Oh, not this dude. Oops. My bad. There you go. I got it. I got it. I got it. Relax, people. There he is. This is Mike Brable for you guys. Didn't I? This is embarrassing. There it is. So apparently he went to Ohio State from 93 to 96, then Pittsburgh 97 to 2000. Wow. Third round. Oh, ain't that bad. I guess for him, that's not a bad thing at all. And then he went on to being with the Kansas City Chiefs after he was done with them, or I guess when he went to New England, obviously won 3 Super Bowls with them between 2001 and 2008. Wow, all pro, Patriots Hall of Fame, obviously. And then Kansas City Chiefs for like 2 years. And then he came back for like a day and retired as a Patriot. And then he also just went into the Patriots Hall of Fame. Very interesting. So he's been huge as far as the the Patriots are concerned, right? Good for him. But yeah, a lot of people they feel like they they literally just dealt with the Rooney Rule. They just literally interviewed a couple of minority and I guess what they had and put up. Oh no, found it. Oh, hold up. Where's your new tab? Here it is. These are the two head coaches that they did. Pep Hamilton and Byron Leftwich. Now, granted, I give it to them. A lot of people weren't talking about these guys, but Did they did they all of a sudden like not follow the Rooney Rule in general or not? I mean, to be honest with you, look, I understand why you have the Rooney Rule, but I almost feel like it needs to be revamped again. I get it to give minority um, coaches and opportunities as one of the hardest jobs. There's only 32 head coaches in the NFL, so I understand why some people might feel like this is ridiculous. But I'm of the thought of teams should be allowed to hire who they want. They knew who they wanted to hire, which was Brable. Everybody knew that. Literally every Aaron Glenn, who interviewed, and I'll talk about it when about the um he used to be part of the Jets, obviously played for the Jets. He declined an interview with the Patriots because he kind of already saw it. Yeah, yeah, you're not gonna add me to your list of just guys just to hire so you can satisfy the Rooney Rule, and that's it. But you know what? Can you see my message, Miss Phins, about Rooney Rule since YouTube logged it? Uh, I can. Yes, I can. I can see it, Kirby. It still shows it to me. For you guys, it might not show it, but it still does show it to me. If you guys can do me a favor though, real quick, takes 2 seconds. I know you guys are in the chat. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit that like button and let everybody else know that we're live, and it helps out the channel so much. The algorithm thing is real, guys. So please, 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 please hit that like button for me, okay? I'm gonna read it in a second here, Kirby. I gotta highlight it. Um, but yeah, for me personally, teams should be allowed to just get the guy that they want. If you know who you want, that person's available, it's a mutual, just get them. Now, I understand giving minorities an opportunity and all that. I mean, which is great. But at this point, checking off boxes just to check off boxes is kind of annoying at this point. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you this: it's still great advertising for these other guys that do get at least some sort of you know opportunity to at least be mentioned as a head coaching candidate. So Pep Hamilton, nobody was really thinking about as a head coach, or Byron Leftwich, I know has interviewed several times. It's still good for them to still get that kind of exposure, and then maybe one day when it's more, I guess, beneficial for a team to keep them, then yeah, they would go ahead and get them. So it is what it is. It is what it is at this point. I just thought it was very interesting. That was a story that came out for the Patriots. I think it's a nothing burger, but I can see why people were upset about it. To be honest with you, uh, the Rooney Rule is yes, it's a slap in the face to all black. Imagine being selected for a head coach interview just because of the rule, knowing they're gonna hire who they want to hire anyways. Yeah, Kirby, I totally get it. I totally get it. Um, yeah, the rule doesn't stop anything. That's why I don't care about the rule. For the most part, no, it doesn't. It doesn't really stop it. But again, teams should be allowed to hire who they hire, who they want to hire. I don't think. Okay, let me put it to you this way: teams should be able to hire who they feel is the most qualified, regardless of what they look like. I'm of the thought I could care less what you look like. Do you have the skill set that I'm looking for? And if you do, are you the best candidate? Because there's going to be multiple people that have that skill set. What makes you different than someone else? But for me, I don't care for the Rooney Rule. I understand it why they have it, and They just need to readjust it. But for me, doesn't really matter. Just again, the best candidate should be the one hired. Period. Across all jobs, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're not the best candidate, step up your game. I mean, I don't know what other way to say it. Step up your game. You have to step up your game. It is what it is. You got something that you're gonna work on. Go work on that. Step up your game. Boom, and look for more than one opportunity. Period. Just keep moving forward and getting better. That's all you can do. Some guys don't get opportunities till 20 years after they've been in a position or multiple positions. Doesn't matter. But step up your game. Like, no, I don't think anybody should be hired just because they're whatever their skin color is. I think that's ridiculous. Do you have the skill set? Do you have all the skill sets and then some more than anyone else? Okay, cool. And if you do, then good luck. That's why people apply. Like, at the end of the day, you gotta take your shot. I know it's because not because of your skin colors to provide minorities with opportunities and these coaching opportunities so that they can diversify the coaching hires in the league. I'm aware. Again, best person and best candidate should be hired, period. And whoever that person is, that's who should get the opportunity, period. But people are going to go ahead and say what they want to say. I mean, oh, like, we need more Hispanic presence in the coaching and players. Okay, step up your game. Like, if you're a player, you better be better. Get better. Be better. Outshine. Like, I don't know what the other way of saying it except be better. Be better. Continue to be better. You need to get better. Oh yeah, I get it, delusional. I understand. I'm aware. Trust me. Look, they got their guy. They knew who they wanted. The world knew who they wanted. Why shouldn't they hire their former employee? Like, it was good, for them. That's what you want. You want a good environment, so then you get good coaching. That's at the end of the day, that's what you want. So it's very interesting. Uh, yeah. So for me, I think it's a nothing burger, but again, people are gonna people, and they're gonna get triggered by so many things. So what am I gonna say? Like, what else can I say? But maybe chuckle. Oh God. Look, people are gonna people. That's all I gotta say. They're gonna have their narratives and all that good stuff. But hey, what are you gonna do? Right? At the end of the day, we just gonna have to wait and see. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Now, welcome everybody to the AFC East show. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I know. I'm having way too much fun. What's up? Shout out to everybody on Twitter and Twitch. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, there's another team. Obviously, we're gonna discuss that. I thought Mm, I thought was actually very interesting. Now the Jets have actually interviewed. We're gonna discuss now um the next team obviously also suck at Jets. That's funny. Steve, yeah, I agree. The Rooney Rule helps shine a light on the problem, but not fix it. Exactly. You gotta find a better way. Rabel picked us over you. Uh, Jets looking at Flo. Oh God, let's not let's not put that out there. Oh, Kirby. I'm trying to read your question, but I'm actually confused. Does the Rooney Rule apply if you wanted a black head coach the way we wanted Flores? Do you still have to follow the rules? As far as the Rooney Rule, I think depending on the position for like I think it's OC, DC, and head coach, they want you to interview at least one or two candidates for each position. But I think if you end up hiring a minority person, I don't think that it actually. Don't quote me. I have to read more into it, but I think if you already hire a minority one, it doesn't really affect it. So, but it's what it is. So yeah. Jets looking at Flores, please. Oh God, no. What else? Sex man ability? They just will hire Josh McCown as the next coach. Okay, we're having a little too much fun. That's hilarious, man. Okay, so let's go ahead and give you the Jets updates, ladies and gentlemen. There's an actual tracker. Yes. Why is there a flipping tracker? Because the Jets have interviewed about 30 million people for their positions, guys. I'm not even kidding. When I looked at this list, I was like, what in the world? The Jets literally have hired anyone and their mothers who's ever held a job at any point. Um, honestly, at any point. Shout out to the Jet Press for making this article. Shout out to Mike Luciano for this. Go check him out, obviously, and the what do you call it? The Jet Press as well. But this is the current list right now, updated as of yesterday, of who the head coaching interviews that the Jets have already completed, or I believe they're about to complete as well. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, it's like a laundry list. Like, literally, it's like, hey, are you available? 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 Like, literally, everybody and their moms got an interview by the Jets. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Joe Brady, ladies and gentlemen, he's currently the offensive coordinator for Buffalo Bills. He got interviewed. Joe Brady right now is assisting, um, obviously the Bills and Josh Allen in their playoff push to try to maybe get to a Super Bowl. Now, Joe Brady did replace Kellen Moore when he got let go last year midseason because it just wasn't working. Their offense was not working, and you can tell because they were 6-6 at one point when when Kellen Moore was released and they brought in Joe Brady. Joe Brady, all he did was literally just say, "Josh Allen run." Ken Dorsey, sorry, thank you, appreciate it. Ken Dorsey. I know it's a K name. My bad. Ken Dorsey. When Ken Dorsey was let go, Joe Brady was brought in um, to cover that position, and he actually did pretty good. And then he was officially given the position this year. All he did was just Josh Allen go be Superman, poof, and now they're winning. Who knew? Obviously, it's an oversimplification, ladies and gentlemen, but realistically speaking, that was the main difference. Ken Dorsey was trying to keep Josh Allen as a pocket passer, but Joe Brady ended up opening that up for him. So there you go. Hey, it's been successful ever since. Now, in my opinion, that's still putting your quarterback at risk for an injury, but if they don't care, I don't care. It is what it is. They also have interview. If not, they're going to be interviewing um, Brian Flores, the DC for Minnesota Vikings. Obviously, the Vikings just got eliminated by the LA Rams this week. Back to back games that were not looking good by that Vikings offense, not able to move the ball at all or even get points, which put the defense in a big hole to have to try to maintain. But we'll see. Brian Flores have been considered um for other opportunities, but some people swear that Brian Flores will never get a head coaching position. He will eventually. So, I mean, it might be best for him to try to give this a go for one more year, learn some more from Kevin O'Connell, who is an offensive head coach. That way, when he does get an opportunity moving forward, he'll be able to have a much better um, offensive understanding of what to do for the offense, not just the defense. We know that he's a good defensive coordinator. He was with the Patriots, won Super Bowls, then became the head coach for the Dolphins. And unfortunately, you can't talk to people like that. And because of that, he was let go. And then he went to the Steelers for a year. Then for the last 2 years, he's been with the Vikings as their DC. So we see, we gotta see exactly what ends up happening with Brian Flores, but I don't think this is gonna be the only opportunity he's gonna get. I hope and pray that the Jets do not hire Brian Flores because we already have to deal with Rabel with the Patriots to now get Flores with the Jets. The Dolphins will permanently be the fourth seed for the foreseeable future. Dolphin fans may not like it, but it is what it is, people. Dolphin fans may not like it, but it is what it is. If the Jets get Flores, Pats have Brable, we are going to be last in our division. Period. Period. Which super sucks. So I don't want that. Aaron Glenn, it's another one, the DC for the Detroit Lions. Obviously, they're in the playoffs, so we'll see how far they go. It's a great candidate too. A lot of people want Aaron Glenn as a next head coach for the Jets. At least, you know, what do you call it? At least Jets fans do. But at the end of the day, he's still a good candidate. Take a look at what the Detroit Lions were able to do to the Minnesota Vikings in Week 18 to win the division and get the number one seed. It was the defense, in my opinion, that won that game. That defense clamped down and just went after Sam Darnold, and there was nothing the man could do. Okay, AB. You don't think we'd be last in the division? Okay, sure. We'd be last in the division. If Flores went to the Jets, and we already know Brable is with the Patriots, we would be last in the division because we already know what the Bills are, and until somebody beats the Bills, they're gonna be number one. We would be last in the division. You know what? You're probably right, AB. Maybe we wouldn't be last this next year. But the year after that and the years after that, we would be last in the division. Look at that. Flores defense held Stafford for under 200 yards. Depends on who QB is for the Jets. True, you guys are making some good points. You guys are making some good points, but yeah, no. At this point, man, we would be last. What's up, Shake Bunny? Welcome, buddy. Thank you so much for coming through. Let's continue. Brian Greasy, QB coach for the 49ers is another one. Ben Joseph, DC for the Broncos as well. Josh McCown, which I know a lot of people might be clowning, but maybe Josh McCown might be going to the Patriots, so we'll see. He's a QB coach for the Vikings. Matt Nagy, I don't know about Matt Nagy, OC for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think if I'm not mistaken, head coach of the Chiefs, Andy Reid. He I think he's the one that does the play calling, but the OC, Matt Nagy, he sets up the offense with him. So we'll see. That's an interesting one right there. We'll see if Kansas City's willing to part ways from him. Ron Rivera is another one. Ron Rivera would actually be a very interesting one because what's going on? Mm. Yeah, Ron Rivera would be a pretty decent one. Obviously, he's an NFL analyst, former head coach to the Panthers and the Commanders, so he's got previous experience. Um, that would be a very interesting one. Now, Rex Ryan really wants to be the head coach of the Jets. Obviously, former head coach to the Jets and the Bills, but really, he made his time with the Jets. And he right now is currently an ESPN analyst. Maybe bring back, look, you could be mad all you want, but the best head coach that they had was Rex Ryan. They were the most successful with Rex Ryan as their head coach in recent years. I mean, they may want to make Rex Ryan. You never know. I feel like Rex Ryan is the best head coach that they have What is up, fans? So it looks like, oops, it looks like my internet went out. Yay! Who doesn't like their internet to go out? Let me see if I can. Okay, let's see here. Layout. Okay, there you go. We'll do the layout like this. Hopefully, this should work. Okay, can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can see me or hear me. Okay. That's amazing that the stream didn't end. I know, right? Tell me about it. Okay, so we're gonna attempt to do this. The 20 years got Miss Finch. Yo, they got me hard, dude. Like, seriously. Okay, this should be good, right? Hey, we're back, baby. We're back. Listen, this is what we're gonna have to do. It is what it is. Let me go. Let me at least bring this here so while I'm looking at it, while I'm looking at you guys, I can go ahead and discuss this some more. So, where did we leave off? We had Rex Ryan, right? Rex Ryan was definitely um interesting choice, but what I was saying before is I actually think he is kind of in their back pocket, kind of like we know we got Rex Ryan because we know he wants to be here. Um, let's maybe perhaps look at other people in the meantime, right? Okay, cool. Then you got Arthur Smith, OC for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Steve Spagnuolo, which I think that's actually very interesting. Do you really think the DC for the Chiefs is gonna go into that position? For me personally, I don't think the Jets are going to be hiring a defensive head coach. I think they're gonna focus on bringing in someone that's offensively um, minded, but we gotta see. I think Michael K says, I think, um, man, why is this not showing? All right, slides. Is it is what it is. Hmm. Sorry. There you go. We're good. Yeah. There you go. I think Woods and Rory are the best ones that started it. Oh, you're talking about golf. Never mind, people. Jeff Olbrich right now is their interim head coach. He's not gonna get it. Bravo, obviously, former head coach to the Titans. They interviewed him, but he clearly got the Patriots job. Now, speculations are out there, guys, that he actually interviewed for the Jets um position just so he can get an opportunity with the Patriots, which I find that to be extremely hilarious. So we gotta see. And then Mike Loxley of Maryland, the head coach to University of Maryland, and then Joe Witt Jr., DC for the Commanders. Um, one name is missing from the initial list. The Detroit OC Ben Johnson, widely regarded as the top candidate available. Johnson is not interested in the Jets vacancy in New York, wasn't willing to invest the time into interviewing him after that. So they were interested in Ben Johnson, but Ben Johnson literally said, "No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't really want to get him." Joe who? Joe Witt Jr., the DC for the Commanders. So the DC for the Commanders, he was also interviewed by the Jets for the head coaching position. That's Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, out of the 15 names that we just read off, only four of them have playoff experience that have actually won playoff games. Brable, Nagy, Rex Ryan, and Ron Rivera. While three of them, Smith, Johnson, Spagnuolo, haven't made it to the postseason as a head coach. So very interesting, very, very interesting. As far as who they end up bringing here, obviously the Jets expected to have a much better season than they did, but they only managed to win four games. One, two, three games. No, three games. Three games. Huh? Losers. Um. Yeah. So for me, that's actually very interesting as far as the guys that they've looked at for the head coaching position. Now, and again, shout out to the Jet Press and Justin Fried. As far as when it comes to their GM position, right now Mike Borgonzi is considered a strong candidate for the Jets GM job. Apparently, he was a fullback at Brown University, joined the Chiefs as team admin for college scouting in 2009, worked his way up to from that position up into the organization. So he's being considered as far as the GM position. Let's see. The Jets have also been connected with the Vikings senior VP of player personnel and former Colts GM Ryan Grigson in recent days. He was the one that actually packaged the deal with Brian Flores as a head coach and possibly Josh McCown as offensive coordinator. Or I guess he could come as a package deal with Brian Flores as a head coach and maybe Josh McCown as the OC. So, of the Minnesota Vikings, the senior VP Ryan Grigson is also being considered, and he might be bringing his head coach and OC as well. So we got to see what that ends up looking like for the actual Jets. Are we back? Please tell me we're back. Yes, we're back, baby. Let's go. Man, it was rough out here, but we got it, guys. We got it. We got it. We managed. We survived. It's what we do. Um, thankfully the show and everything didn't like completely turn off. So shout out to everybody. But yeah, that's who they're considering as far as their GM searches. Not surprised to be honest with you. Not surprised. Let's see here. Anybody else? It looks like those two happen to be like the main guys for the GM position that they've looked at overall. So very interesting. It looks like they have interviewed a total of 16 candidates for their GM position. Um, at least for the initial interview for that DC position. But the main guys that we just mentioned, meaning Mike Borgonzi and what's the other dude's name? Yeah, Mike Gorbanzi and also Ryan Grigson of the Vikings. Those two have ended up being the the main candidates for the GM position, according to the Jet Press and Justin Fried. So, hey, that's good for them. Are tickets prices going to skyrocket? I don't know. Wish we were searching for a new GM. Man, I'm telling you right now. Seriously. I wish too. No, Joe, I wasn't saying you, Junior. Unless you have a junior, nothing wrong with that, but that's kind of funny. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the update for the Jets. They're still a hot mess. I mean, if I have to way too early predict them, they'll probably end up being third or last in the division next year. So we'll see. Again, still a hot mess. Still got to deal with what they got to deal with. They got to figure out their lives at this point because some of the decisions the Jets are making can be a little bit questionable, but we got to wait and see. We have to wait and see. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about the Bills updates. But before I do, obviously, we're going to discuss the game that they just played over here. So let's give you that puppy real quick. Here it is, guys. So the Broncos played the Bills in Orchard Park over there in New York. Josh Allen leads balanced offense of Bills dominate Broncos for the 31-7 wildcard win. Josh Allen and the Bills spread the wealth across um, approach on offense that was so productive in the regular season, proved unstoppable in their win over the Broncos um, during wildcard weekend, according to the AP. Listen, this game went exactly how I thought it would. And the only shot that I gave the Broncos of winning this game was if the Broncos managed to keep this a low scoring game, I felt they would have a shot. I said that. But I did not I was not surprised at all that it ended up being 31-7. Not even a little bit. That first drive by the Broncos was absolutely the best drive to me in the entire game. Unfortunately, I blame the head coach. I blame Sean Payton why the Broncos lost. And the reason why I blame Sean Payton is because of his extremely conservative play calling. The man acted like he was up 28-0. So he was trying to prevent the Bills from actually getting anything done. Guys, like you cannot whatsoever be that you can't be that conservative. It's just not gonna work. It'll never work. Not at all. Not when you're just what do you call it? Not when you're just starting a playoff game. You have a great drive and he just handicapped Bo Nix. He handicapped Bo Nix. Instead of letting Bo Nix air the ball out and go and push the drive and push his drives, no. He absolutely handicapped Bo Nix. To me, his very bad play calling is the reason why they lost that game. The game all the way at halftime, guy, it was a winnable game. At halftime, it ended up being what 10-7. Like 10-7 is a winnable game. And if it wasn't for that missed field goal by their kicker, it would have been 10-10 going into the second half. Multiple things happened for the Broncos that hurt them. That missed field goal completely defeated the team. Like absolutely defeated the team, or deflated the team actually. But ladies and gentlemen, if they would have been a lot more aggressive, in my opinion, the Broncos like they were in that very first drive throughout the game, they would have actually been a lot more competitive. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That 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 first drive was beautiful. At one point, they had everybody thinking like, "What? Are we gonna get an upset?" I'm like, "Wait, it's way too early to be talking about upset." But I mean, It is possible. It is possible. What's up, G man? I see you, man. Dolphins record. Oh, 5-12 in 2025. Maybe, maybe not. That first drive was awesome. It was so much fun to watch. Then after that, they just Sean Payton hindered his QB, in my opinion. In my opinion. Let's see here. Obviously, you see Josh Allen, 2026, 272 yards, two touchdowns. Bo Nix, 13 of 22, 144 yards, one touchdown. Bo Nix was also the leading rusher, which is not good. Four carries, 43 yards. James Cook, this is the reason why, in my opinion, they won. The running back ended up being the leading running back with 120 yards, 22 carries, one touchdown for Cook. And Sutton for the Broncos, five receptions, 75 yards. And Samuel for the Bills, three receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown. The Bills were favored by 8 points. It was already expected to be a blowout, but after that first one, man, you would have thought, ooh, maybe, perhaps Broncos might have a shot. Nope, not really. The Bills doubled up on the actual, what do you call it? The yardage and even the first downs. They also dominated the time of possession, 40 almost 42 minutes to 18 minutes. It was not even fair. The Broncos defense could not hold up for 42 minutes. You're asking too much, man. You're absolutely asking too much from your defense. It was just not a good look. So for me, again, I blame Sean Payton for the reason why they lost. Because he struggled hold them. I expected the Bills to win. Regardless, I picked the Bills to win, period. But Sean Payton, definitely one of the main reasons why they lost that game. Now, obviously, Broncos are eliminated. Bills have their next upcoming game this weekend, guys. This weekend, Sunday at 6:30, will be the AFC Divisional Playoff games on CBS Paramount Plus. The Ravens are taking their 12-5 record into Orchard Park to the 13-4 Bills. That should be a very interesting game. It is the last game of the weekend, obviously, which makes sense. Huge game, ladies and gentlemen. Huge game. Battle of the MVPs. So many narratives going into these two games, into this particular game. It should be very, very interesting. Both teams are very comparable to each other. Some people would say Ravens have a little bit more weapons than the Bills. I think it's true. But let's not pretend like the Bills don't have weapons because they do. Anybody that wants to tell you otherwise, they're lying. The Bills have weapons. Might not be necessarily to the same caliber, but at the end of the day, they still have weapons. So it's going to be very interesting. In this game, guys, I'm going to break it down for you in detail on Friday when I do the game preview. But real quick, right now, this is an even game. Bills at home, favored by one, but you already know the home team gets three. So this is pretty much flip a coin. Over under for this was 51.5 points. Should be very interesting. Now, Bills are 8-0. Are technically, I guess, 9-0 right now in the year, so we'll see. But I think it's very interesting to see exactly how this is gonna be. How this is gonna play out. Almost everyone is acting like the Bills are the underdog. I don't know how the Bills could be the underdog when they literally have the better record. You know, And by a lot of people's perspective, they have the better quarterback. They have the MVP. Mm, I don't know why they keep saying that, but I think it's very interesting. I find it interesting to me. But yeah, Bills fans have PTSD like Phins fans. That's funny. Yeah, no, I don't buy it. I don't care what they say. Manure. They know what they're doing. They're trying to pretend like, oh, we're underdogs. No, you're not. You're literally favored by nothing, but you're still favored. So, it's gonna be a fun game to watch. So Friday, we're gonna go over that game preview in detail, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Um, that should be a very interesting game. Let's see what the Bills have for the Ravens, because whoever wins will definitely be going to the AFC Championship. I almost am. I'm almost kind of mad that this should have been the AFC Championship, in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is. Now Kansas City goes over to the Texans, which is ridiculous. Like, what are we doing here, man? But whatever. That's how it is. That's how it is. Now, what I have? This should be a very fun game to watch. It's, in my opinion, going to be the best game to watch, obviously, because it's such a huge, important game. Not that I'm trying to like have Kansas City roll over Texans, but they're going to win versus Texans. So, who's surprised there, right? But whoever comes out of this particular game, mind you, Ravens don't have Zay Flower, the number one receiver. Hopefully, they can get him back for this week. But if they don't, that's a bummer. But hopefully, whoever comes out of this game versus the Ravens and the Bills can take it to Kansas City and knock them out. Because I just can't take another Kansas City Super Bowl. Neither can the country. Only Chiefs fans. Again, it's like I'm deja vuing all over again. If you're anybody that had to live through the Patriots, you know exactly what I mean. It's awful. Oh god. It's awful. Absolutely awful. I can't stand it. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. But yeah, me personally, I just can't. That's gonna be a fun game to watch, though, regardless. So we'll see. Misfits, I'd rather see the cheese than the bums anyway. You mean the Bills? Got it. Listen, if it's between the Chiefs getting their 3P or whatever and the Bills winning their first Super Bowl, yeah, I guess the Chiefs are the newest dynasty because there's no way I want the Bills to win not one thing. Like, that's nope. And I'm not afraid of saying that, guys. I am a Dolphin fan, and this is my divisional rival. It is what it is. Joe Ray says, I'd rather the Chiefs get a ring this year. Now that we're out, I'm convinced the league wants Mahomes chasing Brady's record. Oh, listen, if you haven't noticed with the ridiculous calls that the Chiefs get, that you're almost like, how on earth were they able to get that call? Or, which I've been saying it all year long, How has their right tackle not been getting on every single play either false start or, and I always forget this one. He always lines up off the line of scrimmage. As you guys know, you need 7 players to always be in the line of scrimmage, 5 linemen, and typically 2 tight ends or tight end, wide receiver, whatever. It's not a legal shift. It's not a legal shift. It's the other one. Illegal formation. Yes. Thank you. Brain. Illegal formation. How does this man not get illegal formation or false start every single play? I do not understand how he doesn't get it, man. It's insane to me how this guy does not get that penalty. And he does it every single time. So frustrating. But yeah, I would absolutely take, as a Dolphin fan, a ridiculous three-peat by the Chiefs than Bills winning the Super Bowl. But you guys are acting like the Lions aren't going to win it. Please. We all know the Lions are winning the Super Bowl. That's who America wants to see. The perfect Super Bowl would be Ravens, Lions. Is Lamar going to get his Super Bowl or is he going to choke? Are the Lions finally going to be victorious in their first ever Super Bowl appearance? The Lions are victorious. That's what I want to see. The whole world will be a um what do you call it? A Detroit Lions for sure. Like they verified us hosting Madrid, right? From my understanding, the Miami Dolphins will be hosting the Spain. It's one of our home games, and we will be going to Spain. We will be the ones hosting the Spain game. Yes. Versus who? We don't know. Obviously, they're not gonna have to schedule till months from now. They usually don't give it up till after the draft, so on and so forth. But yeah. Hmm. Man, that'll be beautiful. Beautiful. That would be amazing to see that. I'm just saying, personally, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So hit that like button, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, gotta talk about the Dolphins. Like, I almost don't even want to talk about the Dolphins because it's just frustrating. It's just really frustrating. But there are a couple good news about the Dolphins that I think would be great to go ahead and highlight. Um, so I'll go ahead and do that. Hmm. So let me show you the main one right now. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Choppy Robinson has been named ESPN All Rookie Team. Look at that, man. Our young man, our little dude, has been named, shout out to Dolphins Muse, has been named ESPN or named to the ESPN All Rookie Team. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Now, do I believe in him? Though, am I happy that we got him? Sure. Do I wish maybe perhaps we would have picked someone else? Yes. I'm never going to change that. I personally think that the Dolphins could have definitely picked a different draft pick that would have been more beneficial for us. But what can I say? They definitely decided to go in a different direction, right? So that's what we're going to go ahead and discuss as far as when it comes to the Dolphins. It's I'm happy for him though. I am happy. Do I still need to see more from him? Yes, but I'm so happy. The other news as well, the Steelers are signing former Dolphins QB Skylar the Rocket Thompson per his agent Sports Trust. In my opinion, I said finally Skylar's going to a real organization who's going to try to do their best to put him in the best position forward. What's up, Tony? Welcome, welcome. Lamar will win the Super Bowl this year. I already read the script. Yeah, Lions, man, you'll see Lions. But I do think, and I picked both teams prior to the season starting. I picked the Ravens and I picked the Lions to represent in the Super Bowl. So I'm very excited about that. I think it'll be awesome. I truly think it'll be awesome. I really do. I really do. Mm. But yeah, so that's one of the oh god, we're coming Zurich and not Deutschland. We're coming to Deutschland, really? We're coming to play in Deutschland in German. So the Colts are playing in Berlin. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Let me see what else comes up here. Um, but yeah, look, a lot of people are like, finally, we're getting rid of Skelly Thompson. Like, why? Look, some people may still be upset at what do you call it? At Skylar Thompson thinking he regressed or he didn't do good. I actually blame his head coach who refused to put a game plan that worked towards his skill set. Matt McDaniel absolutely failed Skylar Thompson. That's not true, Miss Phins. He got opportunities. He just didn't take advantage of the opportunities. He got some opportunities. I give you that. Like three. You're right. But if we're going to be honest with you, he's been put in the worst possible situations with no preparation by the head coach. And on top of that, too, we all know Tua takes 95% of the snaps. So no one else has an opportunity to build any rapport with any receiver at any point. But then you expect him to go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds. Like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. But what are you going to do? I'm happy for him. Oh, and one thing I will know, they will go ahead and give him an opportunity to showcase his talents. I think is interesting. Um, so we'll see. I got another thing that I wanted to go ahead and update you guys with. Maybe you might have, maybe you might not have seen this, but I thought it was very interesting, guys. This is the quarterback read progression distribution. Percentage of all thrown data is for um, FTN, which 1 through 18 minimal relative plays are, oops, 360. Let me make this a little bit smaller because it's a little bit too big. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this shows you who the player is, designated receiver, first read, second read, check down, scramble, and their progression rate. Now, according to SF Data Earth, Joe Burrow led the league in 2024, progressing through his reads on 90, almost 94% of his pass plays. Brock Purdy ranked seventh with 91. Ah, projecting and reflecting Shanahan's confidence in his ability to read the field. On the other hand, Tua Tagovailoa had the lowest progression rate, frequently relying on predetermined throws such as wide receiver screens. Jared Goff with a checkdown rate of 20%. What do you mean? Okay. FTN data, that's who came up with this. They use a bunch of different tools to be able to come up with this information. Um, but this is very interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Where is our quarterback? Oh, there he is. So when they're talking about designated receiver, they're talking about the type of plays, as in screens, shovel passes, jet sweeps, forward tosses, etc. That's what the type of plays they're referring to. And according to the data, it looks like Tua Tagovailoa, um, designated receiver, he hits his designated receiver at an 18.8%, which it looks like is the best in the league, right? But when it talks about doing the first read, he's at 48.7%. When it talks about his second reader going from his first read to their second read, that drops to 9.3%. Then then it goes down to looking at his check down at 17.6%. And then last but not least, um, how many times or what percentage of his passing plays does he actually scramble? And that would be 5.7%. Not the worst, because Jared Goff is at 4.9. Kirk Cousins at 2.9. Matthew Stafford is 5.9. But even Justin Herbert is at 9.6. These are single digit guys. Geno Smith, 9.8. Um, Love, 9.6. So, and Mayfield, 9%, right? But when it comes to the progression rate, meaning their ability to go from their designated player to their different progressions, Tua is at 81.2%. He is dead last and has the lowest progression rate, frequently relying on premeditated throws such as wide receiver screens, jet sweeps, shovel passes, so on, so forth. Essentially, this is just letting you know. Guys, you may not like it. You may not like it. You may not agree with it, but I still think it's kind of interesting to see this. When I saw this, I was like, no way. Am I reading this right? What? There's no way this data is accurate. Not a reputable source. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. No data at no point is ever it's ever reputable if Toto Bailoa is in a negative light. I get it. I understand. Makes sense. Kirby! That's hilarious. I always see two as a golfer, so these stats don't matter. Wow, that's funny. That is funny. Miss Phins, Raiders gave Pete Carroll an opportunity to run the team. He passed. To be GM or to be head coach? That's interesting. That's interesting. That is actually very interesting. No, no, I'm not here to trash Tua. He does that on him. He does that himself. What I find interesting about this is the fact that um there's nothing wrong with a player going to their first read. Literally everybody does it. Everybody does it. That's why I'm like, and people want to talk about how, oh, Lamar Jackson, all he wants to do is run. Not necessarily because Josh Allen has a more scrambling, higher scrambling percentage than Lamar Jackson, 18.2 to 17.3. Josh Allen, looking at his designated receiver, 49.24% to Lamar Jackson, 44.3%. So it's interesting. Look at the coloring, Miss Vince. Propaganda for Purdy. If this is true, how is it propaganda for Purdy? They literally are just highlighting the different 80s, 90s, so on and so forth. I don't know. All I know is I'm not surprised. This is showing me 9.3% of the time he's looking at his second read. Only 9.3% of the time. He focuses more on his first read almost half the time. Then he might, let me go ahead and discuss. Let me go ahead and see what, anybody else is doing. Let me go check that out. That's only because if Tua would have been where Caleb Williams is, he would have been orange and Williams would have been red. Like, if you take a look at it, it's based by the number. All the 87s are yellow. 86 is like a little bit orange. 85s are a little bit darker orange. 84s are a little bit darker. Like, you can see how they're doing it. The 88s and 89s are, a little light green. 91s are a little darker green. 93.6 the darkest green. This just happened to be by itself. If you're trying to separate, I'm not gonna. If you're trying to separate them by color, the spectrum literally goes this way. So what? After this orange, he would have gotten what, a different orange, a different darker orange. Like I don't understand. Like this doesn't make sense, buddy. But I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense. So yeah. Anyways. Yo, this is messed up. But because it's Dolphins related, I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you guys. The Dolphins last win, but what you guys can't see is at the very top right, it says this may never happen again. For a long time, Barney, says Fred. And it's the Miami Dolphins last Super Bowl wins. Does the red mean he's on fire? No, the red means he's the worst at it. Dead last. That's what that means. Okay, that's true. I'm just showing you what was posted on here, guys. You guys could agree, not agree, but hey, I just found it to be very interesting that I find it interesting that it was what do you call it? Um how he doesn't actually go through his reads as much. I don't know. It- Now, this isn't the first time people have said that. You know what I mean? Just say Stone Age. I know. That's why I found this picture to be super funny. I'm trying to see if I find something else, but nope, nothing else really. Let me see, Dolphins. Anything else as far as the Dolphins are concerned? Nothing really, except this right here, the Stone Age. Yeah, it hurts. It really does. You know, I really wish we got an opportunity to see a Super Bowl. We gotta wait and see how long that's gonna happen. It sucks. It sucks. Anyways, let me get out of here because this team just it gets to you, man. Listen, if you're a fan like we are, you know, you love your team. But when you see something like this, which I actually think is kind of cute, it hurts, man. It hurts. I want to see a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I do. And we deserve it as fans. Wow. This is interesting. I got to show you guys this. This is Dolphins related. This happened 9 years ago. This is from the Detroit Times. 9 years ago to January 9th. A Miami Dolphins fan made a Facebook post complimenting Dan Campbell. They knew Dan was gonna be a good one. Wherever Dan goes, let me see. Let me zoom in here so we can read it. Okay, wherever Dan goes, I'll be a fan. This guy is awesome and should really be our coach. I hope it works out for days, but I can see this biting us in the rear end if it doesn't. There will be talk of what could have happened, what could have been, especially if Dan gets a real shot at being a coach elsewhere and excels, which he will. I know all we talk about is it's about W's, but there comes a time you have to realize who you're rooting for and a roll up your sleeves, blue lunch pail type old school B-Day coach that Campbell is who I would like to watch every week. Good luck to Gaze, good luck to Campbell, but he definitely didn't get a fair shake in all of this. And I agree. I agree 1000%. As far as us not giving him a fair opportunity, no. And what did we do? That man was able to get a team that was distraught and to get them to actually win games and trust each other. But no, instead of us giving this man a real shot, we didn't. And luckily, right now, he is with the Detroit Lions. Hopefully, he gets to the Super Bowl. He deserves it. We are all going to be happy if he makes it and then gets to win that Super Bowl because I will be vindicated. Yeah, I will be. So that'll be something I'll be very happy about for him. And every Dolphin fan will be happy. Real quick, guys, your Miami Dolphins opponents for the home games next year. Obviously, Bills, Patriots, Jets. We know this divisional rivals. We also have the Ravens, the Bengals, the Chargers, the Saints, Buccaneers, and the Commanders. Guys, remember, one of these games is going to be overseas. It's going to be in Spain. I flipping pray that they go ahead and they take any of our divisional games because I don't care. I hope they take the Saints or the Commanders over there to Spain. But you leave the Buccaneers, leave the Ravens, and leave the Bengals at home. I want to see these guys. I want to see the Chargers too. Those four games we deserve to have at Hard Rock Stadium. Saints and Commanders, I don't care. Take one of them. And obviously the away games we're traveling to again Bills, Patriots, Jets, the Browns again away, Steelers, the best away game period, and I will be going to that game. Colts, Falcons, and Panthers. I might actually even try to go to the Falcons game. I'm not gonna lie. I might try to do that. But that is your 2025 schedule, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. And that's all of your AFC East updates, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we talked about the Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots, everything that they had to go through. If y'all can do me a favor, hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Michelle says most likely going to the Panthers game, 3 hour drive, baby. Hey, do it. You know, enjoy yourself, have fun. That should be fun. Um, if you could do me a favor, because I know you got it already. Take a picture with your jersey and send it over to me. Tag me in the socials, okay? And then yeah, so that way I can go ahead and post it as well. But yeah, hopefully those three games we get to keep here. I want to see the Ravens at Rock Stadium. I want to see the Bengals. I want to see the Chargers. That'll be fun games to watch for sure. Um, But again, ladies and gentlemen, that was your AFC East show. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, let everybody else know we are live. And you guys stay blessed, have fun, be well. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter and Twitch, guys. And if you like the content and you continue to come here, definitely go ahead and continue to check it out. As you guys know, you can catch Miss Phins every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern. Also, too, guys, remember tonight we do have League Wide Wednesday with myself and my co-host, Mr. Color Commentary. Hit that like button. You let us know what you think. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Take care, guys. As always, be blessed, stay blessed, have fun. And I will catch you guys tonight at 8 p.m. and then tomorrow as well. Thank you so much. Take care. And as always, ladies and gents, I'll see you later. Bye bye.